My name is Mark Headley, and the title of my dissertation is The Role of Motivational, Cognitive, Metacognitive, and Behavioral Cultural Intelligence Strategies in Improving Business Communications of Multinational Corporate Leaders. And this was a systematic review of the literature. The management problem is that multinational corporate leaders are having trouble with culturally intelligent business communications by means of motivation, cognition, metacognition, and behavior. Contributing to this management problem is that some multinational corporate leaders are just disinterested in improving culturally intelligent business communications. And they have low attention to providing training or even learning about cultural intelligence. The intent was to have a broad research question that could be used to decipher commonalities, trends, and dissimilarities across the extant research literature. A descriptive research question was selected with the focus of aligning with the purpose to identify the role of cultural intelligence strategies in improving multinational corporate leader business communications. The work of Capatina and Shin in 2013 highlighted that in some countries, leaders are discouraged from having informal relations with employees. However, in other countries, leaders are encouraged to engage in informal relations with employees. The insight from this was that cultural norms and values such as these provide a basis from which the multinational corporate leader may be expected to frame their business communications. The research of Bucher et al. Helped me to show in the literature review how the four cultural intelligence dimensions are moderators for multinational corporate leader culturally intelligent business communications. The research from Tenzer and Pudelko was helpful in understanding that language barriers impact trust and knowledge sharing, ultimately making business communications difficult. I selected two theories. The first is social cognitive theory, which includes a framework for receiving business communications through motivational cultural intelligence with empathy and openness, and providing business communications with behavioral cultural intelligence. This theory posits that learning occurs in a social setting through interactions, and responses are based on the stimuli in the environment. Structuration theory is the second theory I selected. This theory focuses on the concept of an agency, which is an actor who can choose to conform or not conform to the requirements or rules of a social structure. I use the UMGC OneSearch Advanced Search Tool and ABI Inform to select scholarly peer-reviewed journals from 1990 to 2020. Full text was left unchecked and English language was selected. The initial search across databases returned 59 articles from UMGC OneSearch and 31 articles from ABI Inform. After duplicate removal, then title, abstract, and full text review was performed, followed by snowballing. There were 37 total remaining articles that would be included in the systematic review. The qualitative systematic review of 37 articles spanned multiple countries and industries and was comprised of mostly qualitative and quantitative studies with little meta-analyses. Topupus was used as the quality appraisal tool based on its broad applicability and good fit with my research question. Articles were rated on low, medium, and high scales, with medium or greater being the threshold for inclusion in the synthesis. 27 of the articles were rated high and 10 were rated medium. Thematic synthesis resulted in 4 themes of trust, cultural intelligence education, with education spanning training, learning, or language learning specifically. And the other themes were knowledge sharing and self-efficacy. Each theme was supported by 5 or more authors. When the two theories are combined into a conceptual framework, Social cognitive theory would provide the theoretical lens for receiving a business communication with motivational cultural intelligence, because prior to engaging in a business communication, the leader could have issues with, for example, relationship building, and could have preconditioned cultural norms. Using their cultural knowledge, which essentially is cognition, as well as their metacognitive ability to adapt, they would process the business communication through the structuration theory based on stimuli in the environment. Essentially, they would comply with the context within the context of the multicultural structure with self-efficacy. This would result in the multinational corporate leader formulating a response in a culturally intelligent, nonverbal or verbal manner through the use of the social cognitive theory. There is a continuous loop between cognition, cognitive factors, environmental adaptation, and the behavioral factors. The first finding identified that external cultural intelligence strategies are most influence, most influential for multinational corporate leader business communication improvement. The second finding is that external cultural intelligence strategies contribute to trust in the organization, and motivational cultural intelligence is a stronger contributor to improving trust. Finding number three identified that business communications can be improved through cultural intelligence training. Cognitive and behavioral strategies are the most improved by cultural intelligence training. Recommendations for practitioners are that multinational corporate leaders should work within their organizations, multicultural environment to build trust. This can be accomplished by using motivational and behavioral cultural intelligence strategies, such as demonstrating openness and empathy, using a bridge to help navigate in a multicultural work environment, bridge being a person familiar with the culture, selecting and emulating leadership styles commensurate with cultural preferences, and honing cross-cultural verbal and nonverbal behaviors. Another recommendation is that multinational corporate leaders should complete initial and continuous cultural intelligence training on business communications, with a focus on curriculums that are comprehensive to include lectures, workshops with simulations, and mentor-mentee role play, and experiential non-work related emergent style training. The following are limitations of the study, and these are key references that were used. Thank you.